Good evening, fellow ghosts and specters alike. It's your ghost host with the most tiki here.
And BlueDragonFive. Here to engage in some haunted holiday hijinks by trudging through the catacombs and dusting off the cobwebs as we recount our spooky selection of Halloween classics.
So light the lantern, light the jack-o'-lantern, suit up, and grab the candy dish as we revive and recount tonight's selection, entitled Wolf in Chick's Clothing. Your unaltered holiday hijinks, maniacal laugh, maniacal laugh, maniacal laugh, and whatnot. All right. Ooh, I'm a spooky ghost.
Yeah. I know I'm scary.
Oh God. Okay, BlueDragonFive, we don't have a lot of time, so yeah, Johnny Bravo. So we've already talked about the Bravo Doobie-Doo. That's what it's called, right?
Yes.
Bravo Doobie-Doo. Okay, we have already talked about that. That was a loving homage to Scooby-Doo. Great episode. This is, when I watched it, I definitely remembered it, but it's definitely not as iconic as the Scooby-Doo episode, but there's a lot of absurdity to it, and it's definitely got a lot of, really funny qualities to it. So
there is some hilarious, absurd humor. And, this is actually an interesting kind of thing with the John Bravo show, especially in the first season. It's primarily all in the first season, if I'm not mistaken. Well, I'm sure they did down the line, too, but I can't quite remember the ones or towards the latter two seasons. But first season, there are at least 3 episodes dedicated to Johnny dating people who transform into who transform into things or of a different species.
Of course.
So, and of course, the idea being, which is pretty funny, is that Johnny, every time he asks a woman out, they always hit him in the face, or always something bad happens to him. And of course, when women seek him out, or when he does like a blind date sort of thing, then he ends up with someone who's just extraordinary.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's kind of a sweet message in a way.
Yeah, it is. And Johnny Bravo, he's still at the end of the day, and until things get a little too different for him. And
I think that's excusable.
It is. I'm saying it's like up to that point that Johnny, he's still kind of look obsessed, but he's a nice guy about it too.
Have you seen the first episode of Gravity Falls out of curiosity? Like the
No.
very first episode? No.
No.
Okay, well, let me just say there's a really great gag involving like a romantic relationship that turns out to be not what it seems, but I will not spoil it for you for the life of me.
The point is, Johnny Bravo, though, it's kind of neat to see. He is a nice guy when you get to know him. The women never give him a chance. That's the thing. It's like he means well. He does. He has a good heart underneath there. Yeah, he's a big guy, loves his mama.
Exactly. Or he's just a 5-year-old and he's just imagining everything like the theory would suggest. But we won't get into that.
Oh, those things.
It's a good thing I did bring up the Rugrats theory, right?
Can you imagine John Bravo crossed over with Norman Bates?
No, I can't. Let's not even go there. We don't have time.
All right, we don't have time. Okay, anyway, so John Bravo starts off in the tub like he does many times when he's kind of pondering things. He's in the tub. He's on the phone with personal ads, and he's just marking up his whole week with blind dates because
his whole month.
His whole month, in fact, better. And like one of them says, "Well, yes, I am a middle-aged bald man." There's some foreshadowing there.
Oh boy! Oh god!
Okay, then he's looking at the paper, looking at the person. See, folks, it wasn't always like eHarmony and all these dating sites. Before, it was.
I remember the time before the internet. I really do. I feel old that I do. It's like an antique thing now.
Remember people we had ads in the newspaper? Anyway,
I remember when you actually had to go to a physical place to rent movies and rent games, and you know what was even more wild, BlueDragonFive?
What?
We didn't have an internet, so we couldn't even reference what was good or not. So it was just a crapshoot.
What wormhole did you fall down in? Anyway, so it's basically.
I remember running so many shitty Super Nintendo games, just having no idea if they were any good or not.
Right. So Johnny's in the tub. He's looking at the newspaper, and it says, he finds an ad that says, it's must love full moon and dogs. Call me. Name is.
And also just describes Johnny like verbatim, just like basically like egotistical wannabe and a lot of other adjectives that describe him.
Certainly.
Well, that's a stretch, but I can pull it off.
So he agrees for the meet,
And he asks Quacky for advice. What do you think, Quacky? Quack. My thoughts exactly.
Rubber ducky.
That might be one of the best moments of the episode, right off the bat.
I remember there's like in the Christmas special, we probably talked about this, he has a similar scene in the bathroom where he's just kind of talking to himself, reflecting on things. He calls the fire department and says, I'm on fire, it's too late. Something like that. Okay, anyway, so let's see. So then we are at the park. So Johnny's ready for his day. He's going to meet Fluffy. And Johnny has brought some doggy treats, as he's really proud of himself, thinks he's so clever because he's
this will show her that I love animals. Chicks dig that.
Absolutely. And anyway, so then Fluffy arrives, and she's a knockout. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. With a good personality to match.
Oh, yeah, man. John Bravo always had some great-looking women in his show. He really did. Seriously, it's always great-looking. Anyway, so, he's offered, shows her, he brought the dog biscuit. She says, oh, can I have some of those? And yeah, sure. And then she eats all of the dog biscuits. Something is a little miss here. Something is a bit of miss here. So she's eating all the dog biscuits, belches. Anyways, and she says, well, before we go, I should tell you the truth here. Basically, lays the truth on him that she's... and before she gets to finish it, Johnny says, yeah, it takes a while guessing. What are you, a werewolf or something? And then, she transforms the moon. Oh, look at the moon. I remember you like that.
Well, that's pretty romantic.
Yep, and then transforms. Not exactly. Not Lon Chaney style. She transforms and hello.
Hello, I am Oswald Cobblepot.
No, seriously, just like love Johnny. So Johnny's reaction here is really hilarious. Just like hello, he's not. It's the fact he doesn't just instantly run off. It's the idea he's just processing.
That's the thing that I love about this episode is that Johnny is like. I feel like this is probably one of the episodes where Johnny is like the most genuinely like likable and nice. You know what I mean?
It's like Johnny Bravo. It's always a kind of a circumstances against him usually. And when you get a chance to know the guy, it's really nice.
Exactly.
Yeah, and Johnny at his core he means well. He's always the basis of the character again, just kind of a big lunkhead, but he loves his mother and he wants to meet a woman.
Mm-hmm. Oh dear.
Nice guy.
Am I freezing on you?
Well, just a little.
A little.
I mean, now you're fine. I don't know, just having a second.
Yeah, in my computer.
Anyway, so Stinky transforms into a frozen.
I need my goddamn laptop.
So what's going on here is it's basically it says yes, it's true. I'm a werewolf. Don't run away, but don't run away. Well, I was exactly what I was thinking about. Anyway, then she's crying. Johnny again being a nice guy. He says, "Oh, don't cry. Look, I'm sure you're a nice girl underneath all that fur."
There's nothing wrong with having to comb your face.
Yeah, nothing wrong. I'm a little ashamed of you, Tiki. You picked up on the hello, but you didn't pick up on the nice girl.
Oh God. Okay, fine. I don't think you're a nice girl.
No, I think. Okay, anyway, so underneath that fur, sure, very, very nice. Comb your face, all that stuff. Anyway, so basically, she points out, I'm not going to stay this way forever. I mean, I transform, transformations at sunrise. Sun comes up, I'm back to normal. And,
there's still some information that she's holding back on.
Yes, there is. But to be fair, she forgot about it. She didn't know what day it was, so it wasn't.
Oh, God.
She probably should have led with it, I'll admit.
My question is, does she transform into something else every day of the week?
Is
this like a Peter Petrelli kind of thing? Does she just have like multiple
I would like to think so. I think
she turns into Don Knotts on one day.
Oh, that would be
Don Knotts! Tying it together.
Okay, anyway, so basically, Johnny puts out there, well, let's spend the evening together. So basically, he's just optimistic. Okay, when the sun rises, then I get to kiss the beautiful girl. All right. But in the meantime, we might as well kill the evening. You know, let's still go on that date we had planned. You know, just killing some time.
Yeah, it's nice. It's like he doesn't mind it at all. And he's genuinely like trying to be a good guy. You know, he's not being a jerk at all.
Yeah, it's the
He's
idea.
so likable here.
Plus, it's kind of a nice thing. Well, he doesn't really have to. He doesn't really have to go out of his way to impress her. He's just being real with her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just like he has a prospect. So again, it's not completely selfless, but he's an end game, like which is going to turn beautiful toward the end here. But again, it's kind of an interesting statement on that. You know, at her core, he knows that she's beautiful. You've seen that firsthand that she is beautiful, in one form of her, but also you get to know the other one. I mean,
it's like a shallow how kind of thing going on.
Yeah, kind of like a shallow how thing. Yeah, you're right. Okay, anyway, so before they go forward, you know, she licks him. So again, kind of a preview to the kiss he's never gonna get.
Oh, you might want to get a mint.
Yeah, dog breath. You know, happens. So. Okay, so anyway, so they're about to go into the restaurant. Then I love this bit. You know, no offense, Fluffy, but your face is horrifying. Is there anything you can do about it? Then when she puts like a little scarf thing, you know, like a harem scarf of some sort, basically ties a whole thing around her neck. It looks good. It doesn't hide anything. It looks good. Anyway, says, "Oh, this will be foolproof." She's like in the mindset, "This will be foolproof. No one will ever know." And Johnny said, "Yeah, no one will ever know." So anyways, I love this scene. So they're in. I love that this comes back too. So they're at the restaurant, you know, eating dinner, you know, it's good stuff going on there. You want to take us through some of this?
Yeah, sure. So she's just like chowing down a bunch of food. There's a bunch of like remains everywhere, some bones scattered around.
Oh yeah.
The waiter comes up and offers a doggy bag.
And she takes offense to this.
Oh,
as she does, then basically her little harem mask falls off, and then the place goes nuts. Oh my God, a werewolf! And they all flee. So they all flee, and then, you know, so yeah, as Johnny's asked for the check, they all flee. So hey, we got a free meal. Yeah. Anyway, so then they go to, I love this little inside joke, and tons of inside jokes. You really look at
of course,
the 90s animation. So they go to the most recent Butch Hartman movie, Kerwin Goes to Carmel. Kerwin Goes to Carmel. And bear in mind, Butch Hartman is the star of that movie, not the director. He's the star.
Makes sense.
Kerwin Goes to Carmel. Anyway, so then they're getting tickets, and the ticket taker says, "Well, yeah, no pets." Well, hey, she's not my pet. She's a werewolf. Lady freaks out.
Casual he is about it.
Yeah, like he kind of takes offense to it too. Hey, it's not a pet. That's a werewolf. Anyways, then she runs away, and I love this. Just the bright side of all this feelings hurting stuff for our poor werewolf here. Just that. Well, hey, look, we don't have to pay. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the idea of like, well, when you're dating a werewolf, you don't have to pay because people just run away in terror of you. It's pretty funny. Okay, let's see. So then they go in the theater before the
restaurant, or they go into the theater.
They go in the
and
theater.
Then people start freaking out.
Yeah.
I love this idea that people just go straight from seeing a werewolf and being terrified in a restaurant. What's the thing? Let's go see a movie.
You know, importantly,
like ease the tension.
No, what's hilarious is it's the same guy in each scene. So there's this one guy. The minute they walk in the movie theaters, the one guy says, "It's the werewolf from the restaurant." So he's not too energetic about it. He's just pointing out, "It's the werewolf." It's like reminding everyone, "Hey guys, it's the werewolf from the restaurant." And they all flee and they all freak out. And then, you know, she's Fluffy's having a little, you know, it's starting to get to her, saying, "I'm idiot." And again, you know, Johnny being a nice guy, says, "Calm down. You know, it's almost sunrise. Everything's gonna be fine."
And then in his head, he sees her true form, and she's just like, "It's almost time, Johnny.
It's almost sunrise."
Oh God! Hey, let's get some frozen tofu.
Oh, frozen tofu. Okay, anyway, so they're getting some frozen tofu, which again is such a that would be our food of this episode.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Reptar bars, and then let's see, what was the
Hijinks brand cereal.
Brand cereal, yes. Frozen tofu.
Some frozen tofu. Which you gotta tell you, this frozen tofu place looks actually pretty neat. I think it's kind of like mainly frozen yogurt, but it's
that makes sense.
Anyway, so again, folks,
frozen yogurt.
So, Tiki, you know how I like to hit the spot after a long day? You know where I'd like to go? You know what delicious frozen treat I'd like to get?
What?
Take a wild guess.
Frozen yogurt?
Not exactly. Frozen tofu.
Oh my god.
That's right, folks. That is frozen tofu. T.O. Yeah, moving forward. Anyway, they get to the frozen tofu place. Nothing unusual at first. The guy doesn't really know. Basically, Johnny says, "Okay, well,
Mandark is behind the counter.
He is. But before they get in there, Johnny's warning her. Okay, listen, let's try to avoid doing anything unusual.
I don't mean to be harsh on this guy, but this guy might be one of my least favorite voice actors.
Yeah, it's a little harsh.
He has one voice, and it's really obnoxious and really stands out.
That's what I meant by the harsh part, not just you bringing him up. So I knew you were going to say that.
I really don't like that voice actor. I really don't.
I think it depends on the role. Like if you're doing
it works perfectly for Mandark.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For Mandark, and I think Mandark and the ancillary character like this, it works. But like Polar Express, not so much.
Oh, Polar Express was just bad.
That's what I'm saying. You don't want to hear that voice coming out of a kid. That's the problem.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Unless he's like really ridiculously tall with kind of a weird like Mojo Jojo haircut going on.
All right.
Anyway, so they enter the place. Johnny just prefaces her by saying, "Okay, well, try not drawing attention to yourself. Nothing unusual." And they walk in there. Guy doesn't notice him at first. What are your toppings gonna be? Anyway, so it says kibble and bits. It says, funny, but here's what we want. Did I stutter? And then basically realizing, and then surrounding with all the customers within this place, it's the werewolf in the movie theater.
He was just seeing a movie before he went to his job.
Just wrote in my notes. Just wrote in my notes. That guy again. It's that guy. Anyways, I love this. Just again, being the optimist here, and again from the other side, and say, "Hey, you can do a movie for free." It's saying, "Oh, free ice cream."
Well, she's a cheap date.
It's gonna sound silly. One of the nostalgic bits from this episode. I just remember chowing down on the ice cream as a kid, and I thought it was so hilarious. Just like because like the face like takes up half the container. Oh, it's pretty funny.
All right.
At least she's a cheap date, which again is very true. John might want to return to date this girl. Free service. Anyway, so we're at the end of the date. Dear says, "Oh, thanks for the date. No problem. Sunrise. Here comes sunrise. Give me an sunrise. Sunrise. Yeah." And then,
Johnny, here's my very special thank you.
Fluffy, very seductive here, saying, "This is what you want."
Oh boy.
And yes, and unfortunately, Johnny.
This might be the closest Johnny ever comes to actually like, "Hey, penis, we're gonna score."
This is the closest he gets to sealing the deal, really.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then, like again, I love how the women take charge and they hold Johnny in their arms whenever someone gets close to this.
Right.
So holding him, and she drops him instantly. He says, "Wait, what day is it?" "Well, then the sun has risen. Wednesday." She says, "I have another problem." And then basically, transforms like some noises going on in the background. Then we cut to well, see, on Wednesdays I turn into an annoying bald man named Melvin who collects stamps.
God.
See, this is Fat Elvis, and this is Skinny Elvis. And then
I love how it's not just an annoying bald man named Melvin. He specifically collects stamps.
And I love it. That's her description of the guy. I turned into an annoying bald guy named Melvin who collects stamps.
Oh, that's great.
Anyway, so then basically Johnny is rightfully running away because that's a little too much than he bargained for.
Yeah, that's totally understandable.
Absolutely. Anyway,
he was going out of his way with the werewolf thing, but I mean that is just.
So Johnny's running off, and he's saying, "Maybe we should do something safer, like shark wrestling." And as Melvin gives chase, saying, "Well, look at the stamps, come back." And that's the end. All right.
Good job. That was like, holy shit, we got through that in like 15 minutes.
Yeah. Well, it goes by fast.
This is like an average length YouTube video for a change.
All right, well, it's over. What do we think of this?
Okay, well, I mean, it's definitely, like I said, it's definitely not like an iconic Johnny Bravo episode, but it certainly is one of the more absurd and funny, and I definitely think it stands the test of time, for sure.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
like I said, there's not really a lot to say about it. It's a very simple setup. You got a lot of really likable Johnny bits here. I think this is probably one of the most genuinely sympathetic Johnny is in the whole series, I think.
Oh yeah. And you notice we have some options to pick with him going. He's going on some odd dates with the werewolf, with the vampirus, with an antelope even.
Well, the antelope wouldn't fit too well with the Halloween theme.
I know. But still, just saying he's going a variety of odd dates.
And to be fair, I think out of the 3 episodes, the antelope one is probably the most iconic.
It is, but oh no, the ex-boyfriend that cracks me up. But we're not going to get into that here. But the point is, going this one, there is kind of something, some vague Halloween, something vaguely Halloween related with the whole werewolf angle. Because you have someone who transforms, taking it from a mundane, hilarious angle. Like, well, if you did transform, then you had a blind date with someone who turns into a werewolf. What would you do? Well, you get the prospect they do turn back to normal at some point, so just kill some time, go on a date. It works. It works hilariously through the Giant Bravo purview. But this is one time Johnny actually gets to go on a date, and he's a pleasant guy.
And of course, the one stretch here with the werewolf thing is that she's just completely her own person. She doesn't get the thirst for blood or anything like that most werewolves traditionally get. Yeah, so that's a little bit of a cheat.
Yeah, there's also a bit of a thing there, with the monster theme, just in general, getting tied into some spookiness. So
yeah, let's get into that right away so we can end it out.
Yeah, absolutely. But get into that. It shows you there isn't a nice message here. Monsters aren't really as bad. Usually the circumstances that create a monster. It's not just instantly if you are a monster or not. It's how you get perceived. She gets her feelings hurt and she's feeling sad. Had Johnny not come along, he just kind of boost the confidence a little bit. She might get a little angry, get a little more monstrous.
Exactly.
They're kind of boosting the ego, like, oh yeah, we're going on a date, we're still having some fun.
All right, that's good.
This is awesome.
Okay. No, it's definitely a nice episode. I think out of all our selections on Haunted Holiday Hijinks, this is probably the one that probably stretches the Halloween special thing the most. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, again, werewolfism. That's pretty obvious.
Yeah, it's a werewolf, yeah, but it doesn't even the Scooby-Doo thing had spooky, but this isn't even spooky at all. There's nothing scary about this.
Well, Melvin was pretty spooky.
Oh God. Okay, fair enough.
And wouldn't tell us do you mean to tell me it didn't scare you at all? The minute this beautiful girl turns around and says, "What day is it? Wednesday?" And then she turns into an annoying bald man named Melvin who collects stamps.
Yeah, that is pretty horrifying. All right.
Plus, we had frozen tofu.
Well, I'm not going to give you that. That's not scary. That just sounds delicious.
It does, folks. And you know why it's delicious? Because it's not frozen yogurt. It's frozen tofu. And this was also brought to you by Hijinks brand cereal and of course,
Reptar bars, the candy bar that turns your tongue green.
Yep. And remember, make those calls to your local stores using the TUB phone. That is spelled TUB.
Okay. I gotta wrap it up.
Okay.
All right, so next episode of Haunted Holiday Hijinks, we will be taking a look at the 3rd episode of ALF that we've done on this channel so far. We've done 2 Christmas specials. Now we'll be looking at a Halloween special. We'll be looking at Some Enchanted Evening. So yeah, that'll be a fun time.
And we'll be getting back to the direct Halloween episodes of that one.
Oh yeah. So in the meantime, folks, our spirits grow weary tonight. But don't worry, they'll be stronger than ever next time when we engage in more Haunted Holiday Hijinks.
Tofu.